Hey y'all, so we're back with part two of the article by Peggy McIntosh titled White Privilege Unpacking the Invisible Knapsack. So I am doing these videos back to back, and I noticed in my first video, even though it's 7:22 in the morning, and my voice is raspy. But I was laid back in my reclining chair, so I am now sitting up because I don't make videos just for other people. I make them so I can hear them myself for knowledge and just because it's something interesting. Okay, so I want to make sure my voice is a little clearer. I don't know, maybe by the time I get to the third or fourth video, I'll be really up. But hey, once again, this is live on YouTube where you can subscribe and leave a comment, a question in the chat. Only positivity will be allowed and accepted. All negative comments will be deleted. This is only for informational purposes. Feel free to do your own research. I found interest in this article many, many, many years ago, and it stayed with me, so now I am sharing it. If you ever see me live on any other social media platform and you want to join me via video, well, go ahead. Just keep it positive. It's enough negative. Um, the negative bring about a lot of anxiety. If this video, this article gives you anxiety, press stop and find something that will make you feel happy. It is not meant to make you feel bad. All right, so once again, this article I'm breaking down into four different parts and videos. The first one was the introduction. The second, right now, what we're going to do is daily effects of white privilege. The third video is elusive and fugitive. And the final video, which is the last section of this article, earn strength and unearned power. Okay, this is a short list. If you look it up, you'll find a longer list. But let's dive in. Daily effects of white privilege. I decided to try to work on myself at least by identifying some of the daily effects of white privilege in my life. I have chosen those conditions that I think, in my case, attach somewhat more to skin color privilege than to class, religion, ethnic status, or geographic location, though, of course, all of these other factors are intricately intertwined. As far as I can tell, my African American coworkers, friends, and acquaintances with whom I come into daily and frequent contact in this particular time, place, and time of work cannot count on most of these conditions. I'm going to read a portion of this again. And I'm sure no one have questions because it's like 7:30 in the morning. Um, this is pretty interesting. So whenever we are reading an article or anything wrote by someone else, it's good to pay attention to the aim, the goal, the purpose, the audience. So as we read this short list of 50 daily effects of white privilege, let's pay attention. Peggy states, I have chosen those conditions that I think, in my case, attach somewhat more to skin color privilege than to class, religion, ethnic status, geographic location, though, of course, all these other factors are intricately intertwined. Interesting. Let's start with number one. I can, if I wish, arrange to be in the company of people of my race most of the time. Number two, I can avoid spending time with people whom I was trained to mistrust and who have learned to mistrust my kind or me. Number three, if I should need to move, I can be pretty sure of renting or purchasing housing in any area which I can afford and in which I will want to live. Number four, I can be pretty sure that my neighbors in such a location will be neutral or pleasant to me. Number five, I can go shopping alone most of the time, pretty well sure that I will not be followed or harassed. Number six, I can turn on the television or open to the front page of the paper and see people of my race widely represented in a positive light. Okay, let me add that. Number seven, when I am told about our national heritage or civilization, I am shown that people of my color made it what it is. Number eight, I can be sure that my children will be given curricular materials that testify to their existence of their race. Number nine, if I want to, I can be pretty sure of finding a publisher for this piece on white privilege. Number 10, I can be pretty sure of having my voice heard in a group in which I am the only member of my race. Number 11, I can be casual about whether or not to listen to another person's voice in a group in which he or she is the only member of his or her race. Number 12, I can go into a music shop and count on finding the music of my race representative into a supermarket and find the staple foods which fit with my cultural traditions into a hairdresser shop and find someone who can cut my hair. Number 13. Whether I use checks, credit cards, or cash, I can count on my skin color not to work against the appearance of financial reliability. What you guys thinking so far? Everyone just breathe. Whew, kind of deep. Number 14. I can arrange to protect my children most of the time from people who might not like them. Number 15. I do not have to educate my children to be aware of systematic racism for their own daily physical protection. Number 16. I can be pretty sure that my children's teachers and employers will tolerate them if they fit school and workplace norms. My chief worries about them do not concern other attitudes towards their race. Number 17. I can talk with my mouth full and not have people put this down to my color. Number 18. I can swear or dress in secondhand clothes or not answer letters without having people attribute these bad choices to the bad morals, the poverty, or illiteracy of my race. I'll repeat because my phone just had went off a little bit. So I heard a little notification bell. Number 18 again. I can swear or dress in secondhand clothes or not answer letters without having people attribute these choices to the bad morals, the poverty, or the literacy of my race. Number 19. I can speak in public to a powerful male group without putting my race on trial. Number 20. I can do well in a challenging situation without being called a credit to my race. Number 20. I am never asked to speak for all the people of my racial group. Number 22. I can remain oblivious of the language and customs of persons of colors who constitute the world's majority without feeling in my culture any penalty for such oblivion. Number 23. I can criticize our government and talk about how much I fear its policies and behavior without being seen as a cultural outsider. Number 24. I can be pretty sure that if I ask to talk to the person in charge, I will be facing a person of my race. Number 25. If the traffic cop pulls me over or the IRS audits my tax return, I can be sure I haven't been singled out because of my race. Number 26. I can easily buy posters, postcards, picture books, greeting cards, dolls, toys, and children's magazines featuring people of my race. Number 27. I can go home from most meetings of organizations I belong to feeling somewhat tied in rather than isolated, out of place, outnumbered, unheard, held at a distance, or feared. Number 28. I can be pretty sure that an argument with a colleague of another race is more likely to jeopardize her or his chances for advancement than to jeopardize mine. Number 29. I can be pretty sure that if I argue for the promotion of a person of another race or a program centering on race, this is not likely to cost me heavily within my present setting, even if my colleagues disagree with me. Number 30. If I declare there is a racial issue at hand, or there isn't a racial issue at hand, my race will lend me more credibility for either position than a person of color will have. I'll repeat because I kind of stumbled a little bit. Number 30. If I declare there is a racial issue at hand or there isn't a racial issue at hand, my race will lend me more credibility for either position than a person of color would have. Okay, everybody, deep breathing, hanging in there. It's a lot, right? Well, it's better to be aware than to be unaware and feel it. And you don't feel so weird once you're unaware. Like, you're kind of like, okay, this is true. I'm not the only one feeling this. This is literally happening. Okay, it's just not being acknowledged, it's not being talked about. And can you imagine that we're at 31 and we're going to go up to 50 in this video, but it's a longer list available. So, knowledge is power. Let's continue. Number 31. I can choose to ignore developments in minority writing and minority activist programs or disparage them or learn from them, but in any case, I can find ways to be more or less protected from negative consequences of any of these choices. Number 32. My culture gives me little fear about ignoring the perspectives and powers of people of other races. I'll read that again. I feel like I stumbled over that. Number 32. My culture gives me little fear about ignoring the perspectives and powers of people of other races. Number 33. I am not made acutely aware that my shape, bearing, or body odor will be taken as a reflection on my race. Number 34, I can worry about racism without being seen as self-interested or self-seeking. Number 35, I can take a job with an affirmative action employer without having my coworkers on the job suspect that I got it because of my race. Number 36, if my day, week, or year is going badly, I need not ask of each negative episode or situation whether it had racial overtones. Number 37. I can be pretty sure of finding people who will be willing to talk with me and advise me about my next steps professionally. Number 38. I can think over many options, social, political, imaginative, or professional, without having. Let me read this again. This is challenging. All right. Number 38. I can think over my options, social, political, imaginative, or professional, without asking whether a person of my race will be accepted or allowed to do what I want to do. Number 39. I can be late to a meeting without having the lateness reflect on my race. Number 40. I can choose public accommodation without fearing that people of my race cannot get in or will be mistreated in the places I have chosen. Number 41. I can be sure that if I need legal or medical help, my race will not work against me. Number 42. I can arrange my activities so that I will never have to experience feelings of rejection owing to my race. Whew, this is so challenging. Gosh, I haven't read this in some time. This is so horrible. Gosh. But let's move on. Oh my gosh, this is so. I mean, we are literally in the year 2021. This is horrible. This is still happening. Oh my gosh. Wow. Wow, this is deep. Okay, let's read this again. Number 42. I can arrange my activities so that I will never have to experience feelings of rejection owing to my race. Number 43. If I have low credibility as a leader, I can be sure that my race is not the problem. Number 44. I can easily find academic courses and institutions which give attention only to people of my race. Number 45. I can expect figurative language and imagery in all the arts to testify to experiences of my race. I'll reread that. 45. I can expect figurative language and imagery in all of the arts to testify to experiences of my race. Number 46. I can choose blemish cover or bandages in flesh color and have them more or less match my skin. Number 47. I can travel alone or with my spouse without expecting embarrassment or hostility in those who deal with us. Anybody have questions, comments? We're at the end. Let me take a little pause for a second. Wait. Wow. All right, number 48. I have no difficulty finding neighbors where people approve of our household. Number 49, my children are given texts in classes which implicitly support our kind of family unit and do not turn them against my choice of domestic partnership. I'll reread that. Number 49. My children are given texts and classes. My no, my children are given texts and classes which implicitly support our kind of family unit and do not turn them against my choice of domestic partnership. Number 50, the last one, thankfully. Ooh, thankfully, we at number 50. We made it. Oh my gosh, we made it. Ooh, number 50. I will feel welcome and normal in the usual walks of public life, institutional and social. The end. So everyone just breathe. So you can inhale. Let's inhale for 7 seconds. Exhale for 5. So no, inhale 7 seconds, hold for 5, and let's exhale for 7 seconds again. So let's go. Inhale 7 seconds. Hold. Exhale. Let's do this again. Inhale. Hold. Exhale. All right. So leave positive questions or comments in the chat bar. Thank you so much for your time.